Greetings, Brax Splash here with another vague review, but it's based off The Mandalorian. The first two seasons mainly, and why I won't watch the third season. And it's mainly because, to me personally, the main characters, the Mandalorian, and the cute little green goblin thing called Grogu already had their ending. So the basic premise is Din Djarin is a bounty hunter who goes after the next big score, aka money, hunting people, bounty hunting, and he comes across one of his jobs is to retrieve this little pod that has a little tiny green thing inside, which looks like a baby and looks like Yoda. So, aka Baby Yoda. But then, second season we learned that his name is Grogu, and he's over 50 years old, and he's actually pretty intelligent. He just acts cute because he is cute. Why not? Take advantage of that cuteness. Anyway, so the whole point of the show is, Din Djarin, he was a solo man, isolated, didn't care about anyone, just himself and his his culture, which is personally to me the culture of the Mandalorians is to be as isolated as possible, even around your peers. They don't even eat. They don't even take the helmets off near each other. It has to be in isolation. They eat in isolation. How do they even sleep together? Do they keep their helmets on? I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. So the whole point is, throughout the first two seasons, we see, well, especially the first season, we see that Din becomes better. He becomes softer, kinder, more patient. He's more willing to listen to others, and that's thanks to Grogu. And Grogu, well, I personally don't know if Grogu even has a progression. The whole point was the Mandalorian, and I'm gonna say it, his sidekick, because Grogu is just there to be cute, and to give Din Djarin a reason to be a better, kinder person. Grogu didn't really need any progression. He was just afraid of being hunted by the Empire, and someone was protecting him, and he just had to just follow him around and do cute things. And so, but Din knows that Grogu is force sensitive, and that Grogu needs to be with others of his kind, aka force sensitives, who could help teach him and train him. That, and I believe because everyone's after Din Djarin, he doesn't want Grogu to be around because he can get hurt, like he almost did many times. So he meets another Jedi, Ahsoka, and she helps him. Was it her? I believe it was her. I believe she helped him find. I don't remember. Wow, I am blanking out. Basically, in the end, Luke Skywalker comes to the rescue. Spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen the season 2 that came out a while ago. And Luke offers to train Grogu because he's trying to build a Jedi temple and look for other Force-sensitive users to train. Cool. Grogu goes with Luke, and that signifies the end of his story and the end of Din Djarin's story. They break apart. It's sad. It's amazing. It's fantastic. And by the end of season 2, many were left wondering, did Grogu die? Because it's a movie that happened a couple years ago, but it's a scene that happened years later in the show itself. We learned that years later, Luke's Jedi Temple was destroyed. All of the Jedi were killed, and those who survived were the ones who became bad and joined. I am drawing a blank on the guy's name. I believe his name is Ben Solo. Yeah, let's call him Ben Solo. He's the bad guy. Wow, I'm gonna get a lot of people saying, "How can you forget his name?" But yeah. So I even thought, okay, well, if Grogu went with Luke Skywalker to train to become a Jedi, most likely he died, because as far as Luke, from what Luke hinted, no one survived. Everyone was killed off. So the only Force-sensitive users that survived, again, were the bad guys. So I think... Okay, so that happened. And then Book of Boba Fett happened. It is... Ouch. A sequel to The Mandalorian, but a different character, whose name is, well, Boba Fett. And he takes over the Hutt's, not abandoned, but it was taken over by someone else. Their stronghold. Boba Fett takes over and becomes a leader to be respected. It was a bad show. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was bored most of the time. And by the end, it felt like a Mandalorian show because who else shows up but Din Djarin reappears and works with Boba Fett. He had his own, I think, solo episode at one point in the Book of Boba Fett. And Grogu leaves the Jedi Temple and rejoins Din Djarin again. Well, not again, he rejoins him so soon. And by the end of the Book of Boba Fett, Din and Grogu are back together again, and I could not be any less happy. It made the last episode of Season 2 feel weak, and it made me realize that Grogu came back, I believe, for two reasons. One, because if Grogu did not come back with Din, he most likely would have been killed off, and you can't kill off that cute little guy, he makes money. And two, because he sells merch. People watch the show because of Din and also because of the cute little guy. So bring him back. It did not work out for me though, I did not like it. So that's why I do not want to watch The Mandalorian Season 3. I'd rather, I don't know. But that's why I don't want to watch it. I might check it out and go, whatever, I'll check it out. And go, hey, this is pretty good. But for now, yeah, off that show. Now, I'm not going to... This is not me saying the show's going to suck. I've seen reviews and articles where the show's getting knocked down by viewers. Okay. It could be because The Mandalorian was branded as the Din Djarin show for so long that when we try to bring someone else along to replace him, might not sit well with a lot of people. Again, not saying it's going to be a bad show. It could be a good show, beautiful. But it's almost like watching a show called... Actually, wait, I'm trying to think of a good example. It's like watching Batman, and Batman is replaced by another guy who becomes the new Batman. That was kind of a weak explanation, but I think you get my drift. But I heard some good things about this show. It's just, if you really like Din Djarin and Grogu, they have a lot less to do with this show, and it's more like they're just tagging along. Because the main character is that lady whose name I forgot, who wants to rule Mandalore. Not in a bad way, but she wants to bring all the Mandalorians together. And the only way to do that is with a Darksaber. And how do you obtain one? You just fight for it, and you hold it, and that makes you leader. And that's it. So if someone, let's say, sneaks up on a Mandalorian and steals a Darksaber, hey, I'm the leader now. And that's, to me, that's how it goes. Because the Mandalorians are big on tradition. So traditionally, when Din had the Darksaber in Season 2, the others said that, well, technically, he is not the leader of Mandalore. He didn't want it. He was offering it to the woman, but she wouldn't take it because you can only take it if you beat the other in combat. But I'm trying to think. Did they fight in Season 3? Because I think I read somewhere that he gave her the Darksaber, but I thought she had to fight him for it. Unless there was that was supposed to show that the character's growth, that she doesn't realize she doesn't have to fight all the time. And I am really screwing out of my way here because I haven't yet even seen the season, and I'm already wondering about it. Look at that. But yeah, that's why I won't watch it. But hey, I hope everyone else who watches it enjoys it. If not, okay, let me know how it is. Maybe if I hear it's actually good, I might check it out. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for listening to this vague, distracted by the background noises that I am review.